Good morning, all you fabulous people. We're going to do something a little different this morning. But before we get started, we got Fyendal's collection. Code JCH gets you a free month of premium. That's the best way to help out the channel if you're interested. But help just watching and subbing is great. Subscribers are going up, 258. We're well on our way to 300. My apologies. The video this morning is going to be, I think, the best buys in Flesh and Blood right now. I kind of wanted to do this. It's mostly generic cards catered towards long-term playability. So it's a little different than what we got normally. But without further ado, Rouse the Ancients is generic blue, 3 cost. It blocks for 2. This card, it fits into a lot of decks in my opinion, and it is too cheap. Normally it's around $10, $6, a lot of stuff for about $5-6 here. I think a playset for $15 for this generic is pretty good. It's a very strong generic when you pop it off, especially in Guardian. It helps you go wide as a Guardian. It can also be used in other decks like Illusionist and other things. I just think this is a really good card for $5 a piece, basically. Tome of Imperial Flame. This card, if anybody remembers, during the Bright Lights hype and Dromai's reign, was like a $30 to $40 card. It is now down to $10 or $11. This card is still going to be played in Emperor come skirmish season. It will probably see a spike then. And if Phi figures a different build out with it, it may also see a spike. And I can't imagine the Draconic Illusionist line will stay dormant for that long. You can basically get a play set of this for the same price as it was in its hype for one of the copies. So I think now is a good time to pick these up. These are Bright Lights Majestics expansion slot, so you may see we'll see like Phantom Tidemaws going crazy right now because of Enigma. So these cards have the potential to rise again. Remembrance, just a good tool to always have if fatigue comes into the meta. $3 per copy, a playset for under $10 seems like a really good deal. Basically to give you a second game plan into another meta. For just a long-term keep on hand. Just a good card. Arcanite Skullcap. I've been buying a few of these. I think I have 3 or 4 now. This card, I think, if you're a new player, is pretty much the best bang for your buck you can get for a headpiece right out the gate. Being under $20 for a legendary headpiece from the second set is just wild to me, as well as being a generic. The Arcane Barrier 3 probably doesn't play that much of a factor currently, but there could be a world where Arcanite Skullcap is the headpiece to run into wizards and rune blades. Not necessarily rune blades. Wizards and any other kind of arcane damage they introduce in the future. Arcane Barrier 3 is pretty heavy to deal with, but at the very least, this blocks 3 throughout a game if you play it right. So it's a really good headpiece. It doesn't have the versatility of Crown of Providence or Balance of Justice, but it's literally a 4th to a 6th the price, or even the 7th the price of those 2. Pick this up if you're a new player, get in the game, thank me later. Diadic Carapace, kind of on the same line as Arcanite Skullcap. $20 for this. Runeblade's really not in the meta right now, so a lot of their cards are depressed. Arcane Barrier 2 is also very good. And this will also block 3 without the Arcane Barrier. So this card, I think, is a very good hybrid card for Runeblade. The problem is there is only one vanilla Runeblade in the meta or not really even meta in the game right now. It's Viscerai, and the other one is Shadow, which has been set, and Shadow runs the Carapace, or not Carapace, Carrion Husk. Thank you. And it's just better in most matchups, but I can see if Arcane Barrier becomes a better, more prevalent in the meta, that this goes off, or if Runeblade gets some more support, this card can also see some more support. $18 seems like a pretty good price for this. It's a very good chess piece. Scabskin Leathers, $31 for a white border is pretty good. I think the rainbow foil is like $40, $45, so saving like $15 on this seems like a pretty good deal. Great for anybody that just got their KO Armory deck CC to add this to the repertoire. And the equipment, it blocks 3 and it helps you with action points. Warmonger's Diplomacy, this one's probably the most overvalued, or like highest value in my opinion. $42. This is the cheapest it's been in a while. There's one copy at $42, one at $45. I think anything under $50 on this card's pretty good. This card is still seeing play. Azalea is doing really well. This can also be Runeblade hate. And anybody that just wants to use a mix of attack actions and non-attack actions, this can really shut down their game plan. Like Warriors, it's kind of rough against because you can't do your buffs, but you can still do your reactions. So Warmonger's Diplomacy just seems like a good card that's going to stay in the meta, sideboards and the meta for a long time. $120 for a playset is a tough ask, but I do think it is a must. It also checks off a lot of other boxes of being a zero-cost blue block 3, so it fits in a lot of decks pretty easy. Storm Striders, the white border is nearly $60, but the rainbow foil is like $75, so this is pretty much saving you $15 at this point. Seems like a pretty good pickup as well. It's got Arcane Barrier, as well as it's got that nasty effect of allowing you to play wizard non-attack actions on your opponent's turn, which pretty much allows you to just pop off and do nasty things. It's wizard, and is pretty much a wizard staple. I really don't see how, unless they do a kind of class-specific one or hero-specific foot piece, how this gets power crept. This is just going to be a wizard staple for a long time to come. Crown of Dominion Rainbow Foil continues to go down. I think it's pretty crazy that a generic headpiece with allowing to open you to a new game plan, sometimes be more aggressive, as well as use more gold payoffs, is being depressed, especially after heavy hitters with a lot of gold interaction. Seems like a pretty good pickup as well, just to have on the sideboard, just in case this card does become good again. $37 seems like a fair price for it. Crown of Providence, we mentioned it earlier in the video, but this card has gone way down. Look, over a year ago, the rainbow foil was $210, and now it is under $100, and it's $82. This card has been so depressed by Balance of Justice, and I'm really starting to think Balance of Justice is falling out of favor. I haven't seen too many extra draw effects lately. It all depends on the meta, but I could see this having a major resurgence again. I know this did just get reprinted in Dusk Till Dawn in a non-foil, but the rainbow foil is about the same price, so go ahead and pick up the rainbow foil if you're looking in the market for this. This, in my opinion, is one of the most versatile headpieces. It's pretty much you can use it in every matchup, unlike Balance of Justice. The only time you really don't use it is when Wizards or Runeblade, or even Wizards only, is when you really don't use it. So I think $82 for this card is a steal. And last but certainly not least, Fyendal's Spring Tunic. Really, any of them are, I think, depressed and undervalued at the moment. I think the Krunic one, White Border, and non-foil Evo one are all like $75-$80. Those are pretty good. but I think as a long-term buy, the rainbow foil at 120 is a pretty good pickup. Adding the rarity of it being from the first set, it's rainbow foil, it looks better. This is also behind the cold foil and the EA rainbow foil and the gold foil. This is the best one to buy, or next lowest rarity, and all of those are a few $1,000s to buy above it. So $120 for the next lowest rarity seems like a steal. Given there is a lot out there in the market for these, a lot of Welcome to Wraith boxes of Unlimited, but this is just a staple to come. They're reprinting, or they are printing other stuff to try to alleviate it out of the meta, but it does seem to be holding its relevancy. The resource counter every 3 turns is just so good. It opens you up to different game plans of using like Oasis or like Steel Blade Shunts and that kind of stuff, as well as just giving you more resources on a turn that you can just kind of bank up and use them when you need. It's just a Flesh and Blood staple. It's pretty much the card of Flesh and Blood, or kind of the face of Flesh and Blood cards, if you will. So those are my best buys in Flesh and Blood at the moment, since the market's a little quieter, since pre-release weekend is upon us, starting this afternoon. I think some places in the world has already played some. Highly recommend, if you can go to your locals or a store to play it. It's going to be 8-pack sealed, so you'll get to crack a third of a box, which is kind of wild, of Mistveil. And it's just a great deal all around. There's additional prize support. There's a little pack of goodies and foils of tokens and stuff like that. I unfortunately don't think I'm going to make it to one. We're traveling all day Saturday. There's none in my area tonight, and Sunday doesn't seem like the store I could go to and was planning on going to got their kit. Last but certainly not least, Fyendal's collection. Use code JCH for a free month of premium. And thank you all for your subs and your support. Hope you have a fantastic Friday. Go pull some fantastic cards from Part the Mistveil and have a blast. See ya.